Welcome back.
Welcome. It's been a while.
It has been quite. I'm ready fucking this up and adjusting my mic and cursing. It's been quite a while, folks. We're returning.
We are back. We are sorry for our little hiatus, but apparently we both have 2 kids now.
Yes, much like a giraffe, we both were on a hiatus.
Did I say hiatus? Or hiatus?
I just wanted to say hiatus.
Oh.
Like that place in where's it? Massachusetts? Hyannis? Is that not
Hyannisport? Hyannisport?
I think I always hear that. I always say that the Boston song
Let's see. Sweet Caroline?
And everybody is like the white guyest song in history because he
Sweet Caroline?
No, that's Neil Diamond, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what they play at Boston games.
No, not the Boston Red Sox song. The Boston song.
The Boston song, More Than a Feeling?
The other Boston song. Where he's like, well, they're dancing on the streets of Hyannis.
I don't even know that song. But they're talking about Hyannisport?
Rock and roll band, everybody. That song?
Nope. Don't know it.
Whatever. We're back. Yeah, like welcome to the Untitled
Movie podcast
with Ron and Craig. I'm not Ron.
And I'm not Craig.
You can guess who we are then. And we're back. We both had new additions to our families, and we don't get paid for this, so we kind of couldn't. We didn't record for a little bit,
and we didn't want our wives to divorce us.
Exactly. So yes, we had to take a little tiny bit of time off, and you were still kind of on that hiatus. But what we decided to do was this: we said maybe you miss us, maybe the tens of you that love us. The tens of you that love us. Maybe you're saying for the last month and a half, where are they? Like we're Carmen Sandiego or like we're Waldo, any of the above, you know? Maybe or the parent or one of the sets of parents on Rugrats because those kids are always by themselves. I don't know. Maybe you're wondering where we are, and you missed us, and you said I want to hear those guys again. But it takes way too long to edit these shows because I suck at using a microphone. So this is what we're doing. Until everything clears up, we're going unedited. We're going
rogue.
We're going rogue. We're going raw. We're going balls out, chests exposed.
Craig is full blown Eddie Murphy raw.
Exactly. I'm gonna get a sweet red leather suit. I'm gonna walk around. Albert R. Broccoli. We have a television on because we're together again. We actually got in the same room for this though, so we have to be less editing because we're not always in the same room. We are here to give you some content, unedited, no notes. Who gives a fuck? We're not even sure we're going to talk about. We kind of are, but let's do this.
Well, first thing I'm going to talk about. You mentioned Rugrats.
Yeah.
Straight up stole Muppet Babies.
What do you mean?
That's Muppet Babies.
Nothing is Muppet Babies except Muppet Babies.
They tried stealing Muppet Babies to make Rugrats.
Muppet Babies. That was a good show.
It was a great show.
You know what, though? I never saw the episode where we're doing Star Wars, and that was always in the credits. And I was like, man.
Star Wars?
Yeah, I was like, man, I want to fucking see that. I want to see those Muppet Babies do some Star Wars stuff. And it never came about. I know there must be an episode somewhere. Muppet Babies was one of those shows that was always on.
It was on every day when we came home from school.
But I feel like it was always the same 20 episodes.
Yes.
Being played over.
Well, they
and over
might
again.
have only made like 20 episodes, and
I feel like there's more than that. And as you can hear, you might be able to hear in the background, folks, that's my new child screaming.
Yep.
We're, like I said, unedited. We're not. We want you guys to hear our voices. So we're sorry if this sucks. And if this is the first time you ever listen to the show, stop right now. Go back. Fine. Let's say the They Live episode. That's a good one. We get a lot done in that episode. Check out that one. Decide if you like the show. Then you can come back and listen to this.
Everyone seems to like Iron Eagle.
Listen to Iron Eagle. That's our favorite episode. I say some accidentally offensive stuff in that one, but it happens.
Talks about a urinal deuce.
I talk about a urinal deuce. Go back, listen to that episode. Like us. Go, oh, these guys don't suck. Then come back, listen to the next few garbage fests of an episode. We will even tag these where my child's yelling in the background. We even tag them with
He
No,
really
they're not
does
slaughtering
sound
a
like
pig.
a pig getting
It sounds
slaughtered.
like a pig getting slaughtered. Yeah. We will tag
my
these.
child sounds like a cat. Yours sound like
horrifying. We'll tag them with unedited. So like I said, uncensored, nips out. Let's do this. And today we're even breaking tradition. We are not talking about an old movie today.
No, we're doing our first new movie that's still out in the theaters.
In theaters as we record. By the way, we will soon have an episode that we recorded pre-baby from The Rock. We love that movie. It was our anniversary episode.
Yes.
Which we will now, whatever, who cares?
It'll still be our anniversary
Yeah,
episode. It's still past a year.
This is like one of those shows, like those television shows when the ratings aren't that good.
Oh, and they skip chronological order?
Yeah, they start editing them. They start airing them out of order, and you're like, oh, why does that guy not have a hand?
Yep.
And you go back, you're like, oh, this must be a flashback. It's not. So, yeah, we're talking about a movie that's still in the theaters.
The biggest movie to ever hit the theaters, I think.
It's on its way. Apparently, it has a long way to go before it defeats Gone with the Wind for adjusted gross. But it's broken a bunch of records already. I'm looking at my screen here. It's already made $1.7 billion. $1.7 billion with a B dollars.
Yeah.
And that is what, Ron?
That is Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame.
Colon?
Is it colon or semicolon? I always get it wrong.
I think it's colon.
Yeah, it's colon.
Unedited, folks.
Unedited, folks. Fuck this. Yeah, it's a huge movie. It's out. We said, you know what? This is we're gonna like I said, we're gonna break tradition a little bit. No notes. We might do this once in a while. Who knows? We're gonna start talking about some stuff that's out. Not every week. We're still gonna give you your same old ass movie that only half of you have seen. Recap and screaming and me talking about my childhood and my uncle touched my butthole or whatever happened in my childhood and Ronnie with his traumatic childhood and the movies we watched because no one loved us. We're all still gonna happen, but we might throw some new stuff in now. And this is the first time Avengers Endgame.
So if you have not seen the movie,
yes,
turn this off now because we do not appreciate spoilers.
We do not appreciate.
We
spoilers.
do not spoil movies.
You can even go back and listen to our episode about spoilers where I yell about that.
That was from Infinity War. That's where.
That's how it started. Yep, was me screaming about people trying to spoil Infinity War.
Yeah, someone spoiled Infinity War for me.
Yeah, and I freaked out on Ron's behalf. So yeah, we're we will be doing it's a spoiler-filled review. Little review, spoiler-filled review and recap. All spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, first go see it. Well, first do this. Pick a theater that's like 45 minutes away. Download our Iron Eagle episode. Because again, that's a way better episode than the one we're recording right now. Put it on in the car. Drive to Avengers. Enjoy a 3-hour movie. Stop drinking water right now if you're going. Enjoy a 3-hour movie. Drive back. Listen to the rest of the episode. Listen to this episode when you get home. That is my suggestion.
If you do have to go to the bathroom, though, this is not a spoiler. I had to look it up because I had the possible pee breaks. When Ant-Man and Hulk are eating lunch, that's all I will say. You can go to the bathroom. Now, if you haven't watched it, turn it off because in about 10 seconds, we're going to get in this. Shit's going to get real.
10.
9. 8.
7. Seriously, folks. 6.
5. You better turn back.
You better turn back. No turning back at 4. It's going to happen.
Oh.
It's going to happen. We're going to do it. 3.
2.
It's coming. It's coming.
And that's it. You've been warned.
Iron Man dies.
Captain America turns old.
Dead Iron Man. Old Captain America.
Falcon is now Captain America.
Oh my God! Was
Thor has a beer belly.
Oh,
made me happy to see someone with a beer belly besides me.
Let's start. Let's start with that. I've listened to other podcasts talk about this, and again, as a tradition, I will point out better shows. Kevin Smith's podcast. I love me some Kevin Smith. His Fat Man Beyond podcast. He did a glowing recap of Avengers in which he teared up. I know other people that aren't us tear up like weirdos
Yeah.
for movies that parts of movies that aren't supposed to be sad, but he did. Glowing review. He said, as a fat man himself, or recovering fat man now since heart problems, he loved big chubby Thor.
Yeah.
He's like, that's hilarious. And then he got that it was hilarious. Other podcasts I listened to, which will remain nameless because I don't want to insult them, but I thought someone was like, oh, that was so offensive to the audience because the audience is out of shape and you're making fun of them for being out of shape.
No, they're making fun of Thor for being out of shape.
Exactly. Huge difference. Being fat, being overweight, not funny.
Yeah.
Being super ripped and then becoming fat, funny.
While playing Fortnite with his snail
Exactly.
friend and
Exactly.
weird rock friend.
Being super big and becoming really skinny, also kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's called the juxtaposition, folks. It's called the change. It's called compare and contrast. That's the comedy. It's not just that he's fat. It's that he used to not be fat. It's like Thor. And now he's chubby Thor. That's why it's funny.
He's Lebowski.
Exactly. And he becomes Jeff Lebowski. That's why it's fucking funny. We're not just poking fun at for poor overweight people. They didn't do anything wrong to me. I'm trying to support them. Do what you gotta do. Exercise. Eat some kale. Or don't. I don't really care. It's not my life. Enjoy what you want to do. But when you're a big ripped up dude who's all narcissistic and proud of himself for being ripped, and then you give up and get big, A, it's a great way to show that you've given up because you used to be because you're no longer in shape. And B, it's hilarious because you're Thor and all the ladies went to the theater going, I'm gonna see Chris Hemsworth's nippies. It's gonna be great. He's gonna have them pecs out, girl. And then no pecs out, moobs out for the ladies.
Yeah.
And people are it's hilarious.
Yep.
So yes, chubby Thor. Lebowski Thor. Thorbowski. Lothorski.
Thorbowski. I like Thorbowski.
There you go.
Yeah, so those who don't know, it involves time travel.
Well, they all know because they watched it.
Hopefully. Some people are gluttons
You
for spoilers.
think at this point someone's listening to this episode still and is like, fuck it, I didn't see it. I'm gonna let these idiots recap it for me.
You never know.
That's ridiculous.
I hope that we have some of our teens of followers.
Our literal 30s of followers.
Yeah.
Our
Well, after our hiatus, our 4 followers.
They skipped us because of the hyenas.
Yeah.
Again, much like why you wouldn't make sex with a giraffe.
Yes.
The hyenas. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Ew. So Avengers Endgame. What's your favorite part? First up, did you like it? Important question.
I did like it. I did not like it as much as Infinity War.
Really?
I thought the beginning was very sad and depressing because in the beginning when they go to find Thanos and they realize like they can't change it yet.
Very sad.
Like Tony Stark thinks he's dying. Like Captain Marvel comes in and swoops in and carries the plane throughout the universe. A little weird.
Space. I mean, she's got them powers.
Yeah. But I did like it. It's just a little depressing in the beginning. Then finally, once Ant-Man comes, Ant-Man is my favorite character in the Marvel universe.
Really?
Favorite movies ever. Ant-Man 2. I got some comedy in there, and I liked it. I wish they would have shown the lone Ant playing the drums. What happened to him?
Maybe he disappeared from the snap. I imagine it.
No, he didn't. At the end of.
Oh yeah, he's still there.
Yeah,
right, he's still there. So, I'll say this. So, on a scale of like, what's your closest to a favorite movie you have?
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China.
On a scale of 1 to Big Trouble in Little China, where would you say it sits?
If Big Trouble in Little China was a 10, this is a 7 or 8.
I'll say 8. I'll say 8 or 9. My ever-changing movie scale is very few things are a 10.
Yes.
And a 10 does not have to be necessarily even that amazing. It's not like a Saving Private Ryan. No, it's my enjoyment scale.
Yeah.
The Big Trouble in Little China, the Bloodsport, Big Lebowski,
Your Die Hards,
Point Break, your Die Hards, your Back to the Future. I'm gonna say my yearly rewatches are my 10s.
Mm-hmm.
My bi-yearly rewatches. I know all the words, but I don't insist on watching it. I don't have it tattooed on my body. Those are my 9s. That was really good, but I might only watch it once in a while. Those are 8s. My that was great. Don't need to ever see it again. Those are 7s.
Yeah.
My that was okay. Maybe I'll see if it's on cable. That's a 6. And my that didn't suck is a 5. And everything below that almost doesn't. Who gives a shit? It's just levels of like whether I thought it was like competently made, but you know what I mean? Like, but it still sucked. Like a 4 is like, okay, they tried, but that was garbage.
Yeah.
3's like, they didn't try that hard and it was garbage. 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. So I'd say this is a solid 8, maybe even a 9. I feel like there's moments from this movie. I walked out going, so I saw it by myself because I had tickets to go opening night. But instead, fortunately, my child was born. So I'd say unfortunately, that's terrible. You know what I mean? My little guy popped out, so I couldn't go that night. My buddies went without me. My other non-Ron buddies went without me. So a few days later, my wife, being wonderful, was like, listen, I got to handle this. Kids are home. Baby 1's asleep. Baby 2 is, doing new baby stuff. Why don't you go to the theater, go see your movie? So I drove out to the theater, saw my movie. I happened to meet up with one of my other buddies who saw it already right afterwards. High five, hug, drive home separately, make a phone call. We chat about the movie on the way home. So it was basically the same experience of going film together. But as I'm driving home, saying, I'm like, yeah, the movie was okay. Yeah, it was good. It wasn't great. It was good. Very good. Not great. Right? As I was driving home, though, the more I spoke about it, the more I realized, I really like that movie.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Side note, we put the TV on for ambient visual. In GoldenEye, is that woman killing people with her vagina?
No, she is squeezing them with her thighs and crushing their, I don't know if crushing their lungs or keeping them from breathing or,
That is exceptionally hard to do.
Well, that's why she's a Bond villain.
That doesn't even kind of make sense. I thought these movies were supposed to be like slightly grounded in reality.
Never.
Really?
Never.
I always thought Bond movies were like kind of ridiculous, but not that ridiculous.
No, they're pretty ridiculous.
Oh. For one, Pierce Brosnan definitely can't defend himself that well in a fight. Anyway.
I don't know about that.
It doesn't seem like the type. Anyway. The more I thought about, the more I think I'm falling in love. I think on rewatch, this will eventually be something I watch a lot. I don't know if Infinity War is the same because that's such a depressing ending.
Okay.
And I really thoroughly enjoyed Infinity War, but I know where it's going every time. Like, they're all, you know what
True.
I mean? I will say that if they're aired back to back, it's something I'll sit there for 6 hours and flick back and forth to every couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something I'll go back and I think I'll keep rewatching because the more I thought about it, simple stuff like the fucking at the end with when Falcon comes back and Captain America is standing there alone, ready to fight Thanos by himself.
Yep.
I can do this all day. It's Captain America shit, and he hears the cap through his earpiece on your left. What? I feel like I'm gonna tear up next time I watch that.
That was I'm getting chills thinking about it. Yeah.
Powerful.
I love that part, except I hate when people clap in the movie theater. They cannot hear you. Do not clap. I hear you. You're messing up the movie for me. Stop clapping. Applause is meant to show your appreciation towards those people. They cannot hear these applause.
Fun story. On my way to the theater to see this, I actually spoke to you, and we had a shouting match about whether it's appropriate to clap. I don't like when people clap either, per se, but I kind of get it. The more older I've gotten, I kind of get the idea of
it's excitement. I understand you're excited. You want to release that excitement in a productive way.
Yes.
In a legal way.
Yes. Yes.
So you clap.
I think that the idea of like talking through a movie is way more obnoxious, or texting, or way more obnoxious. No.
I think that that goes without saying that that's a no in a movie. I just feel that clapping also is bad. It's not as bad because it's usually in uniform. It's not like one lone clapper.
Yeah, I think it's not always on purpose. I think, like I said, sometimes it's like a ho-ho, just like a person doing that to themselves.
Yeah, like the person I went to go see with my friend, he started clapping when Spider-Man came. He didn't clap when anybody else. Then Spider-Man, he started clapping, and
Yeah, I think
I get it.
It's
I
sometimes
just don't,
it's a
I don't
simultaneous
like it.
expression of giddy joy.
Yeah,
And I think that it's not done maliciously. So I accept it. Still think it's kind of annoying, but I can accept it. And I think unfortunately even I'm caught up in the idea of like if people clap during a movie, oh, something good happened.
yeah,
And it's because everybody's asking, do people clap in your theater? And if I said no, they'd be like, oh, people didn't enjoy it then. So it's unfortunately it's kind of becoming like the norm. And I think my wife actually pointed out to me, in a lot of these movies now, they're actually they're setting applause breaks.
they are.
They're very clearly.
They have like in this, like they had all the actors like stand up and look like they're about to ready to take on Thanos. They stand up. They play the music.
Yeah.
It is a cue. It is.
Yeah, like I said, one of the things I said about Infinity War that I like so much, because I don't think we actually even really discussed it when we complained about spoilers last time, was that because we were trying to spoil it for anybody, was the idea that the best parts of these superhero movies a lot of times is the superhero coming, the first introduction of that superhero. You know them already, and they pop up.
Yeah.
And Infinity War was a succession of that scene over and over again. It was like people popping on screen like, oh shit, Captain America! Like they gave you a lot of those, and this gave you the greatest one of those. The greatest scene like that ever. When they all come back.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Because really, there's stuff to be said about the whole movie, but let's be honest. The money's in the last hour.
Of course.
The whole movie is just obviously
the whole movie's a heist movie. And
yes, time heist.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good, and then it kind of changes to that part is just amazing.
Exactly, and I know you have some issues with the time mechanics. Well, we'll get back. We'll get back to let's blow it a little more before we pee on it. You know what I'm saying? So I think like that last hour is it's money, dude. It's like it's what we all waited 22 movies for.
Well, I also think
I had that poster when I was a kid with all the Avengers on it.
You did?
Yeah, like I had a poster with all the Avengers, and you fucking saw it. And Captain fucking America said Avengers. He fucking said it. He fucking said it. Finally, after all these movies, he said it, and he didn't say it fucking cheesy. And they finally figured out a way to fucking set it up.
Avengers assemble.
He fucking figured out a way to make it fucking count and not be fucking goofy. And if you're anyone who has even a slight I've tried to explain to someone today. If you've only seen a couple of the movies, like let's say you saw Ant-Man and Spider-Man, but you didn't see Captain, whatever. Sorry. Then you'll watch this movie and you can enjoy it. It's enjoyable. You need to have seen Infinity War, I think, to enjoy it truly, because you have to really know what you're getting into.
You also have to be in. If you watch Infinity War, you're invested in Endgame.
Yes, exactly. But if you've never seen any of the other ones, you can still enjoy them. But if you've gotten through, this movie was the reward to all of us for supporting Iron Man. That's how you have to look at it. Like it was Marvel, Kevin Feige, all those guys saying, you fucking stuck that you did it. 22 movies, you fucking made us all this money. You supported this idea that back in the day, remember we were kids, it was this pipe dream, right?
Yep.
We're never going to see these movies. We're never going to see this.
We just used to read Wizard magazine just when they used to cast everybody, being like, imagine.
Oh, yeah, I would sit there and fucking, oh man, Robert De Niro is fucking Wolverine. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
No, that's stupid, and no one that famous would ever be in a superhero movie. And now it's people fucking clamor.
Patrick Stewart was the best one that they've called.
Yeah, they did. He was. It was always.
It was pretty easy.
It was impossible for not to be him, right?
An older bald guy.
Exactly. But it was your reward for sitting through these movies that never should have existed.
Yeah. That
should have been fucking abject fucking failures from the get go. And we all got through. We all sat there. We fucking watched one after the, when there's a couple of slower ones in the middle. People still fucking saw the Hulk. People still fucking saw, the first Thor movie's not great, but it grows on you.
The second one sucked.
The second one wasn't that good, but it had some comedy moments.
Yeah.
But everyone stuck it out, and it was the biggest. It's true. They're calling it the biggest fan service movie in history, and it is.
Yeah.
I wanted that. It was. You just waited so long to fucking see all this stuff happen, and it finally happened. It felt it was like catharsis. It felt like you fucking earned it as an audience.
We did earn it.
You know, you felt like it was a gift. It felt like a present. You know?
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment in the movie?
That's a tough one.
Give me a few. Give me a top 3. Give me a top 2. Give me anything.
Let's see. Definitely when Captain America says Avengers Assemble.
So good.
I loved. It's very hard to pinpoint this. Probably when Thor's in Asgard. I like that whole scene and
because of the mom or because of the comedy or what?
The comedy. Him and Raccoon and he runs away. Raccoon's ready to go inject Natalie Portman. That was probably one of my favorite parts.
That was a weird way to put that, but I understand what you mean.
Yes.
I think he wasn't injecting. I think he was extracting.
He injected to extract. He injected a syringe to.
True, I'll give you that.
Extract.
Inject to extract. Yes.
I loved the beginning with Hawkeye. How Hawkeye is just killing everybody.
He becomes the Ronin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. You know, I'm a big Hawkeye fan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second.
Go ahead.
I'm a big Matt Fraction Hawkeye. The 22 issue run. I've always been a comic book character nerd, but that's probably because my association with comic books, while I've read a good amount of them, I've collected a ton of them, was probably more from the idea was the cartoons when we were a kid.
Of course.
You know, as an adult now, with my love of the library and my realization that I don't have to only read novels because that doesn't make me smart, just means I'm reading shit I don't like at least a third of the time. I've started to read a lot of graphic novels, so I'm going back and reading comic books I want to read, and it's cool. One of the things I read this years ago, actually, when it first came out, I got into it, was the Matt Fraction Hawkeye series. It's like 22 or 23 issues, and it's Hawkeye basically on a break from the Avengers. The Avengers don't have shit going on for a few weeks, really.
Yeah.
And it's what Hawkeye does when he's not avenging. And basically it's Hawkeye, because in the comic books, at least to my knowledge, at least in this particular iteration of Hawkeye, he doesn't have the whole family. He was married to, I cannot remember, Mockingbird at some point, I think. But he doesn't really have a whole life like that. He lives in a walk-up apartment in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And he's basically a fucking goofball. And he understands he doesn't have any superpowers, but he has that super magic Hawkeye in, basically.
It's a superpower.
It's kind of a superpower. And he finds
it's
a dog.
Bullseye.
Yeah, kind of. And he finds a dog, and he rescues a dog from the Russian mafia, and he has to fight the Russian mafia. It's a very small story.
Uh-huh.
And there's a guy who calls him Hawk Guy, which is one of the greatest jokes in history. As a neighbor who keeps going, yeah, you're that Hawk Guy. He's like, yeah, Hawkeye. Yeah, Hawk Guy. And he keeps calling him Hawk Guy. And it's wonderful. It's hilarious. And I actually have Pizza Dog, that's the name of his dog. How Pizza Dog sees him is this little it's this little stick image, and it's tattooed on my arm because I fucking love Hawkeye. And Hawkeye's like, I just have I have a Hawkeye action figure. And this is, it's not that Hawkeye, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's, those comics were inspired, like Jeremy Renner having that like sly sense of humor in the other movies, that he actually pops up with a little bit in this. He kind of has that, like, he's the most reluctant of the Avengers, I'd say.
Yeah.
He's always kind of like put upon. I'm like, shit.
Well, he didn't want it. He wanted to just be
Yeah.
with his family, and they took his family away.
Yeah, and Hawkeye's very much the idea of, I know I can help, so I have to help because I know I can, but I don't have to fucking be happy about it.
Yeah.
That's always been Hawkeye, and that's Hawkeye from the comics. That's Hawkeye in these movies. And he was out of Infinity War, which they wrote out properly. They didn't explain, he's home and he's got the fucking anklet, right? He gets such a tremendous presence in this movie. He gets to do so much heavy lifting. It was, as a longtime Hawkeye fan, holy shit, Hawkeye.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said I loved when they reintroduce him and they're talking about him now. They can't find him, and he was in like South America or Mexico.
Murking cartels.
Yeah, murdered an entire cartel. Then they find him in Japan. And he's destroying the Yakuza.
Yeah. Beats up the guy from The Last Ship. That's a show you don't watch, but I kind of enjoy it. Yeah, Hawkeye really gets, like, he gets so many moments. He gets to be the one, really, he's the first one to go back in time.
Yeah, he tests it out. Yeah,
he's like, fuck you guys, I'll do it. Whatever,
Yeah.
I have nothing to live for. He gets that big moment with the Black Widow. He basically saves the gauntlet, during
Yeah.
that whole passing off the gauntlet scene, which I thought was a very, very ingenious way to get everyone involved.
Oh, yeah. He just kept having bounce off each person.
He had it the longest.
Did he?
He did the most fucking
What
work.
Spider-Man did.
Nope. Fucking Hawkeye had that fucker from the fucking time it was under the fucking ground. He lost it, got it back, fucking blew shit up, fucking stabbed. Hawkeye had that thing for a fucking while, man. So you get to do a lot of heavy lifting, which I loved. But back to your favorite moments. Sorry, sorry, I get hyped about Hawkeye.
You got those two. I'd have to say, it's tough. I can tell you my least favorite moment
Okay.
was with Scarlet Witch when they get the Soul Stone. Did not really like that. A little too depressing.
Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah.
It's you know what's funny because her name's Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
I always start to call her Scarlet Witch
Always.
also every single time. Yeah, that was a little mopey. You knew it was coming.
Of course.
You knew someone had to go.
I wish that what's her name, Nebula, would have told them that one of them's got to die.
So again, this is other podcasts have had this argument. If you pay attention in Infinity War, she doesn't know. She doesn't really know that someone. She knows that.
She knows that he sacrificed Gamora.
She knows that Gamora dies. She doesn't necessarily know he sacrificed.
No,
her.
because she says you have to give up the thing you love most.
I don't think she says that.
I'm pretty sure she says that.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
I'm pretty sure she does.
Someone listen and write in.
I think you need to go watch that movie right now because I can't sit through it again.
Because I'm 95% sure she did not. She just says Thanos went to Vormir with Gamora, came back with the Soul Stone. That's pretty much all she says.
Do you think that scene would have been better had it been Captain America and Black Widow? Because Red Skull was there.
I think that would have been interesting.
It had to be Hawkeye.
Well, I think it would have been because it's such letting someone die. So like Hawkeye could have that happen and understand because they have that long-term relationship. They've been friends for so long. Hawkeye's a little darker inside. Captain America couldn't stand up to that emotionally.
Yeah.
Captain America would have been fucking depressed the rest of the movie.
That's
Let her
true.
die, you know? So I think it had to be them. You know, some of the big internet argument has been why did they send those two to like the far off planet to do the fucking to get the Soul Stone instead of like sending? But like what? It's the Avengers. Like they're supposed to all be, you know, capable.
Yeah.
They sent Nebula. Nebula was in the Quill timeline because she knew what Quill looked like and they didn't at that point. The other guys didn't know what he looked like. And the other guys had to go back to that battle because they were at the battle. They knew where to go. So it really made sense. It was kind of process simulation. They had to do it like that.
Oh, I remember my other favorite part when Captain America says "Hail Hydra."
Yes, that was solid. Harkening back to Winter Soldier, to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, also in the comic book.
In the comic book, the big controversy from like last year, which turned out was the Cosmic Cube or something.
What?
The Hydra had taken the Cosmic Cube and gone back in time and changed it so Captain America was always
The
a
Cosmic
Hydra.
Key?
No, not.
Skeletor got it?
Do it, Ron.
You got
Boo, 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 boo.
Is that a Japanese synthesizer?
Japanese synthesizer. No, bro. It's more like ba, 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 boo, beep, ba. Half that fucking movie is the weird... It's the weird girl. It's the weird dude that Rachel dates on Friends who bathes with his sister.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I know who it is, but
Arguing with some chubby kid with glasses who's not Clint Howard from The Wraith over the sound that the fucking Japanese synthesizer, which is actually the Cosmic Key, makes. That movie is fucking ridiculous.
we'll talk about it one day.
Yes, I will watch it again. I'll happily watch it again. But then
Frank Langella is angelic.
Frank
in that
Langella's
movie.
just a fuck.
Yeah.
Talk about Frank Langella's doing real Michael Caine in that movie.
Yeah. He
He's
don't
like, fuck
phone
it.
shit in.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up and fucking act.
Yeah. He
You
did
pay-
Shakespeare.
Yeah,
literally Shakespeare.
You pay Frank Langella. Well, Frank Langella did for his kids, but you pay Frank Langella to show up. Frank Langella showed up and doing Frank Langella. He's like you said, he's gonna be Frank Langelic.
Yeah.
This movie is terrible.
We have Goldeneye in the background.
We've mentioned that, and they probably forgot already because Goldeneye's stupid.
So back to when he says "Hail Hydra" and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
It was like, oh, got you.
It's just funny because that was the exact same almost thing that happened in Winter Soldier when he's in the elevator.
Yeah, and it's again,
We're all expecting a giant fight scene in
Exactly.
an elevator, and it's just like, Hail Hydra.
yeah, he's wisely kind of he's like, fuck this, I'm just gonna get myself out of this thing, and then he fights himself. You have the good. That's America. That is America's ass joke because Captain America curses now, which that was that was very smart too. They used the "you gotta be shitting me" thing as like Captain America finally curses.
Yep.
Because of course he has to fight himself. That's
Yep.
pretty. Even like this movie does such a great job, almost to like a Back to the Future level of like answering any little plot hole anything you might want to point out and fuck with. They have the answer ready.
Yeah.
Like
it's so well
like you want
done
that,
that you almost believe they filmed all that
exactly
during each of those movies.
Yeah, exactly. And like
we
just
know
the
they
idea,
didn't, but it's like
Captain has the fucking you have the one has the mask on, the other one doesn't. Like it's such intelligent, simple shit that they pulled to make everything make sense to the audience.
Yep.
I'm gonna say right now my favorite moment. Obviously, the on your left. That whole thing, that whole sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Tied for first. Cap picks up fucking Cap picks up the fucking hammer,
I
bro.
forgot about that. And Thor's like, I knew it.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause, again, was that Winter Age of Ultron?
That was Ultron,
Age of Ultron, where Captain America. I think I'm pretty sure we're led to believe, based on some reactions in that scene and then Thor's reaction there, is that Captain America, when it budged in Age of Ultron, he knew he could pick up the rest of the way and chose not to. He didn't want to fuck with Thor.
No, I heard. I was talking to another friend of mine, and he says his theory was that Captain America wasn't worthy. He was almost worthy. He was not worthy fully yet until everything that transpired throughout. Like he had to kind of the whole. He knew Bucky killed Tony's parents, so he wasn't worthy until I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he knew Bucky killed Tony's
I don't
parents.
think he knew till later either. But it makes good sense if it did happen that he wasn't worthy until he like squared things away with Tony. But he wasn't fighting with Tony at that point. So.
I will say that that's not a bad theory, but I do prefer my own because it's my own, and I like to think that in Ultron he budged it, realized he could move it more. Thor was like, "Oh shit, this motherfucker can move it," and he let go because he was like, "I'm not gonna embarrass Thor." And Thor was like, "Wait this motherfucker." So when he does pick it up, Thor's like, "I fucking knew he was faking it." I think it's. I really think that's the joke there is like Thor knew the whole time.
I think my theory is he could budget, but technically, because to hold that, you hold the power of Thor.
Yes.
The power of Thor is still with Thor at that point. So he kind of like picked it up, but Thor was still worthy at the same time too.
So do you
now
think
in this movie, Thor had
Stormbreaker.
So it.
So you think that now because Thor already has another way, that makes a little more sense.
Yes.
That's definitely, I like that better than your friend's theory.
I feel like the hammer knows who it belongs to. Like the
that makes sense.
An entity almost.
That makes sense. Well, it has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
But when he fucking starts stabbing Thor in the chest, I smelt it coming, and I was like, Thor doesn't have. Oh my God, Captain America's gonna pick up that hammer. As my chest started going, I was like, it's gonna happen. And I saw it at theater. I saw it the Sunday it came out. You saw it the Saturday it came out, right?
Friday.
Yeah. So I expected. I saw it at the Alamo. I expected it to be more like real fans, but I'm guessing the real crazies had gone already.
Yeah.
For the weekend, and then the other real crazies will go next weekend again. They weren't going Sunday, so the theater was a little more
tame
and normie, and people didn't really get it. So I don't know if the people around me didn't seem to get it.
So they were going because like, hey, it's a good movie. Everyone says.
I almost shit my pants when he picked up that hammer.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Oh my God, it just happened.
He said, "Hail Hydra."
Yeah.
He said, "Avengers Assemble."
Yep.
And he's wielding, which all happens in the comic. They really wanted to hit everything for Captain America in this last one because they knew it was the last one.
Yep.
They wanted to just bang it all out.
Exactly. They even wrote him off so respectfully without killing him off.
Yeah.
And actually technically left left the door open a little more for him to pop up if you need him to.
I guess because time travel.
Time travel would even be just because he's alive and it's a comic movie. Hypothetically, let's say a few years down the line, Chris Evans changed his mind. He's like, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing some Captain America stuff again. And Anthony Mackie's like, oh shit, let's go. You de-age him. It's fucking Captain. It's so. But when he gave, that's one of my other favorite moments in this movie, was when he okay. So there's always this big argument over like the whole idea of like people are like, oh, you can't have Michael B. Jordan play Superman because he's black. I don't buy it. Michael B. Jordan does play Superman. Who gives a shit? He's Clark Kent in that one. It's this different iteration of Clark Kent. Some characters I have different feelings about. For some reason, like I wouldn't want to see a white Luke Cage. But what I've always felt was the real answer to anything like that, other than Superman, because I feel like Superman, just the character of Clark Kent, I'm not a huge fan of it, and I know of the whole Kill Bill argument of like that's how he sees us as meek, whatever. Who gives a shit? Maybe it's because I don't have any attachment to him. I give a fuck less who plays him, and I like Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Maybe the answer to all that stuff is always like if the actor makes sense, the actor makes sense, black or white.
Yeah.
Not so much we would need a white this or a black that. Just
have an actor that can do
just
the
best
job.
man for the job. And when the best man for the job's there, I'm always going to be down for it. But more so, I appreciate the idea of being beholden to the comics or just changing the actual character. Like I've always loved Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
because you didn't change anything like Peter Parker. Peter Parker still gets to exist in whatever, whether you're whether you're a white guy or a black guy, or whoever, you're Asian man, whoever, woman, male, everybody. The Peter Parker you grew up with still is intact as that Peter Parker, but Spider-Man changes.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man gets to be his own man, not some. You don't have to live in the shadow of another race. You are now your own thing. That's also fucking awesome.
Yep.
That's why Miles Morales has always been so cool to me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I've always said, like when with Captain America, when my argument's always been like, give me Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Give me the Falcon becoming Captain America. If I've said it for movies, and the moment he popped, I was like, oh my god, that motherfucker better have that shield someday. Right? I was like, they better do it. They better fucking do it. Because I don't, and I'm not a big I'm not a big Bucky as Captain America guy. I know it's not the same because Captain America shouldn't be like this dark, conflicted hero.
Yeah, he's
fucking Captain America. Yeah. He's supposed to be the pure bad.
Yes.
I'm pure, and Sam has that. Sam Wilson has that. Falcon has that. So when he gave him that fucking shield, like he walked up and he had the bag, I was like, oh my god, he's old. Oh my god, he's sending him again. There was so many moments in the movie where I went, oh my god, is it gonna happen? They're gonna do it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, he's giving him the shield. Oh my god, he's Captain America. Like I went to high five a stranger. Like I was like, this is amazing. Like, that was like, again, so much fan service and so perfect. And Falcon has been Captain America, and Falcon. My only issue with that is I would like. I think this was going to happen in the eventual Anthony Mackie Captain America movie, and there better be a fucking Anthony Mackie as Captain America movie. They better not pull some fucking.
Well, he's gonna be. They're doing his own show with Bucky.
Like that, yeah, right.
For the Disney streaming, he's gonna Falcon and Winter Soldier or something like that.
He fucking better be rocking that shield as Captain Falcon America, Falcon Man America.
How would the shield go with him flying? Would that be an issue?
No, fuck it. He's good at flying.
Right.
But my statement
maybe
is that
less aerodynamic.
I think whether it's in the series before they launch the movie, I still need to see a fucking movie with him. I want to see Anthony Mackie as Captain America with wings.
Yeah, like the next Captain America movie.
Better, you better not be like, oh, the universe is restarted. Give me fucking Sam Wilson as Captain America. At some point in that series, I'm thinking what's going to end up happening is he will be fighting someone. He and Winter Soldier will be fighting someone who also has super soldier serum, and he will eventually get injected with said super soldier serum, so they can, because you can't have an underpowered Captain America. He's got to at least be able to fucking do the other necessary shit of Captain, like be like super strong, and he needs all that. So we need a little bit of that action, But I'm so happy that that's how that ended. I would have been truly butthurt if they gave it to Bucky. So with all my blowing of it. Also, we got Spider-Man coming back and him and Tony Stark hugging. That was fucking
great.
that was adorable. They gave Tony such a wonderful death. Like
Yeah.
he really got to go down, and it was it proved to me the way this movie structured, even though it kind of has the old Lord of the Rings Return of the King syndrome where it ends 5 times. The way that
Yes.
this movie structured, it really proves what a lot of people thought all along, was that the whole Avengers saga, the whole, all of it, basically the first 22 Marvel movies, the main arcs are Tony Stark and Captain America. They're essentially
Yes.
the stories, the long form stories of Tony Stark and Captain America.
Yes.
Everyone else, like
Well,
Thor,
from the very beginning, Tony Stark, the whole with Hulk, because I think Iron Man was first, then they had the Hulk, and then the whole I'm putting the team together.
Yeah, exactly.
And it all started before that with Captain America and the first Avenger.
Yeah, but
So
after that in the movies, but before that chronologically, it's really their story, and like you said,
it's the conclusion of Civil War.
Yeah, exactly. It's the conclusion of Civil War, and it's really been the main thread throughout these movies is those two.
Yeah,
Hulk's been clearly a side character.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own movie. I almost said Scarlet Witch again. Black Widow's been more of a side character.
Yeah. Well, Scarlet Witch is a side
Scarlet
character.
Witch side character also. Yeah. Hawkeye has been a side. Obviously, even though Thor has his own movies, Thor kind of exists. I feel like Thor is more of the bridge between these first 3 phases.
Yes.
And the next group, Spider-Man again is a bridge. He's under Tony. He's that next level. Obviously, Sam and Bucky. It's like
these
are really their movies.
They passed the torch. Like Tony Stark passed the torch to Spider-Man with his suit.
Exactly.
And Captain America obviously passed the torch with the shield.
Do you think they just don't do another Iron Man movie for a long time? Or do you think they either bring back whatever his name is, the kid from Iron Man 3, because he was in the last scene.
Yes.
He was hanging out at the funeral. They bring him back? Do they do some weird, wait 20 years thing and bring the daughter back? What's her name? Madeline?
I'm not sure.
Some with an M, whatever it was.
Starts with an M. There is a character in the comic book that has her name. I believe it's Tony Stark's niece.
Yeah, and she ends up being some sort of Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a Gwyneth Paltrow thing.
No, she said she's done.
Yeah, she's done. They're not going to bring back. Yeah. I think it's not Rescue. It's fucking. She has a name.
Rescue.
Her name is it's like Rescue or some shit like that.
Who?
Pepper Potts as Iron Woman or whatever.
Oh, okay. No, I think what they're gonna do is, I don't think they're gonna fill Iron Man shoes. What I think the next phase, since Disney has now everything, they own Fox and all that. I think they plan on doing Fantastic Four or something like that. I think the next big guy might be Galactus that everyone's fighting, and it's going to stem from Fantastic Four. I mean, obviously they haven't announced that movie yet.
That's got to happen. I mean, the problem is they made 17 different
it.
Fucking Fantastic Fours already.
Yeah, which the ones with Jessica Alba, I kind of liked.
I thought those were terrible.
I liked them.
They've done 3 in the last 20 years.
The last one that they made was terrible.
I didn't see it.
That was horrible.
What was other than Michael B. Jordan? Poor casting.
But you also can't have the Human Torch from them because Captain America.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, true. Yeah, true. Exactly. And Michael B. Jordan, I'm a little upset they use Michael B. Jordan. Is that Minnie Driver in fucking GoldenEye?
No.
That's Minnie Driver.
No, it's not.
100% is Minnie Driver.
No, it's not.
Definitely Minnie Driver. Anyway, I will always think that. I said it when it came out, that they wasted Michael B. Jordan and Black Panther as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because he's the most heroic motherfucker ever. It should be in every movie.
They could have made him somebody else.
Yeah, my answer for all fantasy castings is always Michael B. Jordan, young Thomas Jane. My answer's for Thomas Jane can't do it. Get Michael B. Jordan. No, okay. Then get Idris Elba. Can't get him. All right. Can we de-age Keanu Reeves? No. Okay. What's Bruce Willis do? See, I don't.
It was Minnie Driver.
See, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of problems with the movie. I think the middle drags a little bit, but I know you didn't. You had some issues with time travel mechanics, right?
Well, it just at one point Hulk says, "Don't worry, you can't change the future by going into the past."
Yes,
and I get that. But then you have the Sorcerer Supreme saying you're going to mess up the whole timeline. But then she says, it's just going to be offshoots of a different reality. And so right then and there, it's like contradicting itself. Almost. Because one's saying you can't, one's saying you can. Obviously, it would be messing up her reality. Not.
Yeah, wasn't that... That's not how string theory works, is it? I always get confused.
I ain't no physicist.
Well, it's the theory of alternate realities that every given moment
can go stem
has a gazillion. There's infinite realities coming from each moment. Every possibility exists, and that's been the plot of books. And I've read Dark Matter's Blake Crouch book where he talks about that, like all sorts of stuff like that. And I get that makes sense, but it also, to me, the idea of multiple realities always feels like kind of nihilistic.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like they saved the world, but there's I guess there's 4 billion other realities, or what it is, 4 million, where they didn't save the world.
Yep.
Those all still
Doctor
exist.
Strange talked about all the possibilities, and then he held up. Was that when he said one? Was that like
that was him going? This is the one where you win. You
Mm-hmm.
have to do what you think is right because this is the one where we win.
Yeah.
I guess it was also him knowing. I guess not wanting to tell Tony he knows he's going to die.
Yeah, but that's also the main reason he said, I'll give you this, just don't kill Tony Stark.
Yeah, which part?
In Infinity War, when he gave up the Time Stone, he said, I'll give you this, but you have to spare Tony's life.
What? Oh, he does say that.
Yeah.
Huh, yeah. And Thanos is always a man of his word. He's not a liar.
Yeah.
I dug they killed Thanos twice. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yep. So, here's a question. Did you think that... Why was Thor upset? Was Thor upset because he couldn't save anybody? Or was he a wreck because he killed Thanos in a kind of like a cowardly way, would you say?
No, I think he was pissed that he fucked up.
That he didn't hit him in the head originally.
Yeah, I think he was like, "Oh shit, I killed all. This is my fault."
Yeah,
because Thor puts that stuff on himself. That's
Yeah.
Thor's nature is to think he's the best of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole strongest Avenger, that whole joke. And so I think he just was butthurt about that. His arc is pretty hilarious with the whole chubby Thor and
yeah. But I mean, his scene in Asgard with his mother made the whole moral of the whole movie. It's not who you want to be; it's who you are, who you need to be.
True. I dug that. I dug that Valkyrie came back.
Yeah.
They apparently there was some explanation for where she was in Infinity War, which was
I thought that Thanos killed everybody on that ship.
That's what I always believed, but I guess some of the theories were that she was separated with the people that ended up in New Asgard. She was charged with protecting them.
Mm-hmm.
So when they got boarded, they sent them out. And they're all right,
okay.
Get out of here, you guys. Which makes some sense.
I do wish they would have showed.
I don't know where she got that Pegasus from.
So, with
that was like the weirdest logic leap in the movie. It's like, where'd she get a fucking Pegasus from? That's it. She didn't have that shit hanging out in Asgard.
Did Spider-Man talk about that?
I think he was like, I'm on a flying horse. I think he says, yeah. He's so good. He's the
best Spider-Man.
Best Spider-Man ever. Best Spider-Man ever. We were talking about this the other day. Anyone who tries to say Tobey Maguire is on fucking drugs.
No, Tobey Maguire was great at the time, but then when you see Tom Holland,
you're like, that's fucking Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man. That's Peter Parker. That's Spider-Man.
I still always thought Jake Gyllenhaal would have been a better Peter Parker than.
We're gonna see how he is as Mysterio.
That movie's gonna be fucking dope.
The trailer was amazing.
Still haven't watched it. Don't watch trailers.
You should watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'll watch trailers. I walked into this. So she's trying to. You can't do that.
See, her thighs are up by his. So she
doesn't have that kind of leg strength.
We're talking about GoldenEye again.
It's ridiculous.
Famke Jensen trying to kill people with her legs.
So he's sexing her. So she's trying to murder him.
Yep.
But he's also doing sex on her.
No, he's trying to slam her against the wall.
Why are they kissing though?
She kissed him.
Oh, ridiculous. Her jiu-jitsu is shit. She wouldn't be able to do that. This is garbage. Fucking simple guard break, she'd be out of there.
All right, go on
She-
with the chlorophyll.
She's not murdering me. I'll tell you that much. So, please proceed. Yeah, man, the fucking movie was good.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of negative to say about it. I usually
The time travel thing.
Yeah.
So Captain America goes back in time and lives with Peggy, marries Peggy.
marries Peggy.
So how did that not change anything? Like, did he have to hide and not go out, and he had to let like all the bad things happen without telling anyone he was there? Like, he had to watch all of these bad things happen even though he couldn't save anybody? Because he can't change the past. But he did change the past.
So I have a couple theories on that. Theory one being he went and lived with her in another reality.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't be in their reality in the future.
Well, I think he came back at the end. He was gone they said he can be gone as long as he wants.
Oh, okay.
So I think he came back as an old man.
Mm-hmm.
That does beg the question, yes, did he sit through like bad stuff happening?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's a movie somewhere out there that doesn't, that we never get to see, that's him still fighting crime,
Mm-hmm.
but being there with Peggy and fighting crime in that reality.
Mm-hmm.
And in that reality, he becomes an old man with Peggy by his side. No, she was a crime fighter too.
Yeah.
That show was fucking dope. Agent Carter, that show was really
Never
good.
saw it.
It's really good. The guy who played Jarvis in it, because she stays at Tony Stark's house
Yeah.
in the 40s, he was Jarvis in
That
this
was
movie.
Jarvis?
Yeah, it was Jarvis. It was fucking very well done.
That scene was
Wonderful.
pretty nice when he talks to his dad.
That was touching. I
Yeah.
can't. I can't.
I know.
I zoned out from it, I think, because I don't want to cry in front of strangers. I don't mind crying at the movies when I'm with a friend. Crying by yourself is a bad look for a grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great scene. It was very understated, very much what you'd expect of Tony Stark, not over the top, But it was great they got to see his dad. That was pretty awesome.
Like, you got torn up about that. I got torn up about his daughter. Leaving his daughter, and it's like, I can't change anything. I was like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen just by that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was
like, we knew. I knew it from the start.
Well,
Once he had a kid,
I was a little worried that he was gonna have to sacrifice her, that he was gonna have to change things. And that was gonna be his big sacrifice. I really didn't see, to be honest with you. Maybe it's because, and we had heard different characters are gonna die, this, that. I thought Captain America would die. I thought they were going to kill Captain America.
I didn't. The second that it was confirmed about time travel, I looked over at my friend. I said, "Captain America's going back in the past. That's how he's leaving this." And he looked at me. He goes, "Why are you spoiling the movie?" I go, "I don't know for sure. I haven't seen the movie."
It was a good pull.
Yeah.
I again, maybe it's because when I go to these movies, if I see something. I tend to be worse. If I go with my wife, I try to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like, "This is gonna happen," and I'm right a good amount of time. I get it a fair amount of time. There's something smart about these movies where they don't really have a central mystery.
Yeah.
They're just happening, so you don't tend to like look too deeply into them.
Yeah.
So when this shit happens, like, I didn't think Tony Stark was gonna die because I didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh shit!" And he died. I was legit like, "Oh fuck, he's dead."
Yep.
They killed him off. They did it. They killed him because there was nothing really. You know what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, anytime you establish even a slight bit of mystery in a movie, the whole time you're like, I wonder if this is gonna happen. You start asking those questions. If you just have a straightforward plot and then you actually surprise people with stuff, you can really surprise them because they're not looking past the surface. They're just enjoying the movie. And I wanted to be on this ride. I didn't want to think too much about it. I just wanted to enjoy.
I just kept thinking about, so now you have Thanos from the past, Gamora from the past in the future. So if Thanos from the past is now dead in the future, how does he get the gauntlet? Because now Gamora is not there to die.
Different reality.
Yeah, I know.
That Thanos never gets the gauntlet because that Thanos is dead.
It's
very confusing. The whole idea of like multiple realities is always weird because,
as long as they don't start getting like Flash with the multiverse.
No, but it's way too confusing. But like Peter Quill's gonna go find Gamora and fall in love with her again. That's not his Gamora. That's a different Gamora.
It is a different Gamora.
It
was funny. It's like you That's the one
Yeah, that was a good
it's
line.
like either him or a tree.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Not Dina Meyer in this movie, by the way. Looks like Dina Meyer. Yeah, Groot came back. That was pretty awesome. Rocket hugged him.
Yep.
That was pretty great. According to James Gunn, by the way, I don't know if I brought this up. When Groot dies in Infinity War, you know what he said?
No.
His last "I am Groot."
What?
Dad. To Rocket. Doesn't that hurt? Gets you right in the gudge. Yeah. But Rocket got his kid back.
You have that one, and then you had Peter Quill telling Michael Rooker. That was
my god, dude! I watch the movie every few months and cry.
Yeah,
it was wonderful. Oh God, Dad! Oh, so good.
Yep.
Oh, he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy. Oh my God. Oh my God, Michael Rooker's fucking really. Those movies.
They
are
couldn't
wonderful.
bring him back.
Exactly. Yeah, true. That third Guardians of the Galaxy movie because James Gunn's back now. They better put Thor in there. That's gonna be fucking.
That would be amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. The whole thing,
as
like
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, we know who's in charge. That was so good. Their whole shtick. And Peter Quill always changes his voice when he's around.
Why are you talking like that?
Why are you talking? Why am I talking like what? Like Chris Pratt's wonderful. Old Chris Pratt. Yeah, I could probably talk about this movie for the next 4 hours and just keep fucking rambling.
Yep.
But let's let the kids go. Let's let the kids go see it. Yeah. So I said I'm gonna give it a solid 8, pending a 9.
Yeah, this is definitely a 7, 8, more on the 8-ish.
Yeah.
Definitely, like I said, I did like Infinity War better.
Like I said, I did not, because I know this was the happier ending.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really such a wonderful way to wrap up, this chunk of film. I'm very interested to see where they go in the future. I know that what they're saying that Spider-Man Far From Home is actually the final movie in this phase, not this.
Really?
That's the last movie in phase 3. So I imagine.
So my guess is something there will spear towards the next.
Yes.
Phase.
I have a feeling the post credits. My hot take right now is the post credits scene for Spider-Man Far From Home. And again, this movie didn't have post credit scene. They very wisely they chose to show it as an ending of something by not doing a post credit scene.
So supposedly there was sound at the end.
Yeah, it was supposed like
it's supposed to be him making the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, it was but who knows what that's supposed to be? Yeah. Unless it's supposed to be that kid making one, who knows? But I will say now that my theory, the post credit scene for Spider-Man Far From Home, will be something to the effect of Reed Richards, Ben Grimm, Sue Storm, and Johnny Storm, like clicking the dials on their spaceship, getting ready to go into space, and the audience is every knowing person in the audience is going to go like, "Oh my God!" and scream. And I think that's going to be the end of. I think that'll be.
So you agree with me? You think that?
Yeah,
they're.
I thought to the point where I thought that when they looked over the Captain America thing at the end, that they were going to see the X Mansion. I really
well, they were in Westchester.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna see the X-Men's mansion. I thought that's what was gonna be there. I thought that was gonna be how they do it with all the realities changing and stuff. But I guess it's like what's like you're saying is that they're either gonna, keep.
Disney has to. They're not gonna not bring them together because they're just gonna lose out on.
Yeah,
they can make much more money.
They have to, but I do think there's always been this disconnect between Marvel proper and the mutant verse.
Yes.
There's always been Spider-Man, Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but they
Avengers.
were all the X-Men were all Avengers.
Yeah, at one point, yes, true.
Yeah.
But there has been that weird disconnect of
of course,
like the mutant universe and that. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if they go. Obviously all these things take place.
Well, who knows? They could bring Scarlet Witch and try just. All of a sudden, hey, my dad's Magneto.
They might do that. They might, like I said, it might be what a lot of people thought was going to happen was that, again, we said we were going to end this 5 minutes ago. Fuck it. Keep going. They said that, they were going to use that jump, like the reality bending, to kind of create a reality where they were always there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What a lot of people thought was going to happen was that they do that final snap.
Mm-hmm.
and everyone would wake up to a completely different world where everyone was back, but all this other stuff had also come along with it. On some level, they missed the softest of softball opportunities to make that happen and just have it all. But I think these are all easily created characters. These are all easily created franchises because you're not going to set them, too far back anyway. So yeah, so you have to restart the X-Men. The X-Men pop up now. You're not going to. Hugh Jackman's not fucking playing Wolverine again. I don't think.
Yeah.
He's in his 50s now. I don't think he wants to do anything. I think Logan, he died in Logan. Spoiler alert on the movie. Fucking people saw. And I think it was as good as
Still never watched the whole thing.
Yeah, it wasn't. It
depressing.
It was very depressing. It wasn't as good as I said it was.
Well, once I saw the trailer that was in black and white to Johnny Cash's Hurt.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm like, I can't watch this.
Yeah, it's just depressing. I think that they basically have to retcon all of it.
Yeah.
Restart the whole fucking thing. Which is unfortunate because Deadpool's been so successful, and Deadpool takes place in that universe.
Yeah.
Deadpool's meant to be in that universe.
Well, Deadpool is so wacky and out there that they could just add it in, and they'll just break the fourth wall and start talking about it like, oh, all of a sudden these guys popped in.
Yeah, true.
Thanos came into our lives, and everybody came into our lives.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I really, unless again, what they do is they have either Galactus be the next big bad.
He's got to be.
Or they have Galactus.
They need a big name.
Or just they have Galactus be the next bad, and they have Fantastic Four be this movie when it inevitably happens, where all reality gets fucked up, and you wake up with X-Men.
That's true.
And who knows? But I'm very excited to see where it's going. It's been a fucking hell of a ride. I'm glad to have taken it.
Yeah.
I got no regrets on watching all these fucking movies. I know what I want for Christmas, which is all of them.
Oh, you want that box set?
Not the fancy one, but just one of them.
Uh-huh.
I'd also like a bow, because I want to learn a bow hunt. Because Hawkeye. And yeah, fucking, I'm glad. I'm very rarely are my expectations truly met by something. But this did it. I wasn't let down. I was very happy with what I got to see.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much they could have done differently.
No, they had to make it so long because they had to fit everything in there, and they couldn't rush it all.
Yes. And it really
was. They did a very well job.
And it really was such a smart victory lap and such a wise, shit on back. This is going to be back. Those jokes were great with the whole
of course,
all the Back to the Future jokes, and they actually do all the Back to the Future stuff where they're walking by everybody. Yep. And again, there's still more to talk about. Fucking Smart Hulk's there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are complaining about Smart Hulk because I like Smart Hulk.
Of course.
I'm cool with Smart Hulk popping
up. It was great when he was just walking around going, "Oh, smash!"
Yeah.
Whoa.
Are we missing a whole movie where he becomes Smart Hulk? Yes. Could they have done it a little differently? Probably. Yeah. They could have probably fucking just done it in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Had him show him fucking whatever.
Yeah. They should have made another Hulk movie. I think.
And I think a lot of people have said, and it's true, that so like I said, another show I listened to actually mentioned this, that there's a few too many tell not show moments in this, because so much stuff happened off screen. I don't think it's that much stuff. I think it's mostly the Hulk thing.
The Hulk thing is a pretty big thing.
Yeah, they could have afforded us a little more with that. It was, like I said, it was more there for. It was more there for the joke of Smart Hulk being there, because you just had a Banner do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then pop up and be Hulk at the end. But I get it. It is what it is. He's never. I think they recognize him for what he is, which he's always been a side character in these. Mm-hmm. Hulk will never. There's Hulk fans out there, but Hulk as a character is weird, because Hulk's it's a dude who hates his alter ego, who needs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It never works well for a standalone movie, because as the Hulk, as these traditional angry, incredible Hulk, he can't have hero moments that well.
It ends the same way, where everyone's just trying to get him.
Yeah, and exactly, and he can't have those hero moments because he doesn't really talk very well. So it's,
favorite character still Ant-Man.
Yeah, well, you love Ant-Man. Ant-Man was fucking. Oh, we're still going. Ant-Man was wonderful. Paul Rudd is fucking made for this part. The scene with him and his daughter. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Thank God she was alive. I would have been sad if she wasn't alive.
That was, yeah.
You know?
Oh, speaking of which, brings me back to my time travel question. So, you got Peter Parker.
Is this a two-parter?
No, we're going to single-parter.
We'll argue about this afterwards. Folks, you might be listening to part 2 of a two-parter.
We'll wrap it up shortly.
Part 2 of a two-parter.
So, Peter Parker, they've been
two.
gone for 5 years?
Yes.
Okay, Peter Parker's been gone for 5 years. Everyone has aged because you see his daughter, you see
Yes.
Ant-Man's daughter. She's older now. So now, Peter Parker and the rest of the people who disappeared came back and said, you know what? I need to finish high school. Let me go back to high school.
Yeah.
And see, then everyone is there. So everyone was snapped because it looked like maybe the his buddy.
Yeah, just his buddy.
The chubby buddy.
The chubby buddy, yeah.
Like, missed him.
Yeah.
Supposedly the snap, it happened in an instant.
Well, it looked like...
So, you miss your buddy?
I think we're to...
So, was he still there? Did he get left back for 5 years?
I think we're to believe they both disappeared.
Uh-huh.
They didn't... Because communication was broken down, they both came back and didn't know if the other one came back. And I think we're to believe that people literally just attempted to go right back to life.
Okay, yeah.
I think we're to believe that, like...
Would you want to go back to high school?
No, but I think we're to believe that, like, the Monday after
But there
this
are
all
still
happened-
other people, like, not all of your friends were snapped away, so...
Well, those kids aren't there anymore.
Yeah, it's
Those
just,
kids-
it's weird. It's
the whole
weird.
it's insane.
Yeah.
Everyone's now time displaced by years, and I read an article somewhere like, what the fuck, like people who are in relationships, their significant other was gone.
Oh,
for
it's
5
like Castaway.
They might have remarried.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of insane implications that I imagine.
So
some of these
here's
other movies
also
will
another
deal
thing.
with.
So you snap. Now Peter Parker said they woke up on that planet
Yes.
because they were on the planet. So now if you were in a car and you snapped, are you all of a sudden you pop up in a street? Do you pop up in this car in a junkyard? Do you, if you're in your bed, you're making sweet songs with your lady friend, and are you coming back naked in a bed?
I think we are to believe.
Are you stuck in a wall if they built a building?
I think we are to believe through movie magic and the just straight comic book lore, theory that when Hulk did the snap,
Mm-hmm.
he thought of all this,
Like,
and was like,
everyone be safe.
yeah, safely return, back to the ground, snap. Because he said he tried to bring Nat back. He tried to bring the Black Widow back. So he clearly put some fucking thought in this shit when he did it, Because even if you think of when Thanos did the first snap, that emotion of like, it's a completed idea in his head.
Yeah.
So I think we're to imagine.
Do you think one would need to really snap? You got all that power.
No, I think.
Could they have clapped? Could they have just shook their hand, did a little shimmy?
I don't know what we're to believe. How can I put this? Yeah, that's a good. I mean, it's
some questions that.
I think the.
Obviously, I shouldn't be thinking it and just enjoy the movie, but that's how my brain works.
I think it's always possibly been Infinity Gauntlet lore that you have to close the gauntlet on some level to make shit happen.
You have to.
So I think like closing your fist while snapping. I think there's something to that idea of like the hand coming together to focus the power.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the mechanism of the glove, so you don't just misfire it, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna say Tony's was more symbolic.
Yeah, because it wasn't a gauntlet; it was just his Iron Man hand.
Yeah, but it was it was a makeshift gauntlet.
Yeah, but it wasn't a gauntlet made from Peter Dinklage.
No, it was made by
the Dead Star.
That was the worst part of that other movie, by the way.
What, him making a giant dwarf?
Him deciding that he needed that weird ass voice. The whole thing always that part of that movie always looked to me. It looked like a Saturday Night Live joke. Like the way it was shot, like with the close up. But Thor, like that voice, like what made you? You're an extremely talented actor. Why wouldn't you just use something closer to your real voice?
Yeah. Because they had to make him feel like a giant.
I guess.
Even though he was a dwarf, they had to have that giant kind of sound.
I guess. I did not enjoy that. But Star-Lord's there. Star-Lord comes back. I love Star-Lord. I would have liked to have seen some people.
Star-Lord is the reason everything happened.
That's his fault. But we all make mistakes. I like to think.
Star-Lord, I mean.
I like to say that I wish I would have seen some of these people a little more, but I guess it makes sense. You're not going to get them all the whole fucking movie, and it really was. While Infinity War was like more of an ensemble, everyone popped up movie.
Mm-hmm.
This was more of a straight Avengers movie.
Yeah.
This was, and it was. Yeah, all 6 original Avengers actually survived.
Yep.
So they were. It was their movie. It was really all the original Avengers. I didn't. As dumb as it is, that actual fact didn't occur to me till just now. That
really.
Yeah, it didn't click on that level.
That clicked right after I saw Infinity War.
I never thought of it. I guess I don't know, but yeah, all 6 of them were actually there. Like the original Avengers. This was their movie, and the whole thing with the end with the signatures, it really just felt like it was high fiving itself, but it deserved to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it definitely deserved the pat on the back. It definitely deserved to be what it was, and I'm fucking glad I saw it. It was just fucking A, man. Fucking all the fucking A's. Just keep on fucking those A's, because what a fucking flick.
All right, so I'm done with my time travel rant that you've proven me wrong. I still think there's some flaws in it. I will think about it again, and we will probably never talk about it, but I will think about it again and tell you off air.
No, fuck it. Bring it up. We'll get back to it someday. But yeah, so go, if you didn't see it, you saw it already. You fucking saw it. I'm not going to listen to the show, whatever. Fucking iTunes. We don't have a YouTube. Stitcher.
We have a YouTube. It's
we have a
just
YouTube.
Sound, though. It's
YouTube.
just a blank screen.
Blank screen with sound. YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, the Libsyn, fucking Facebook, our blog. We got stuff. Look it up. You fucking saw this movie already. See it again, because it was awesome. It deserves to be watched twice. If you're a fucking weirdo and you just bootlegged it instead of going to see it, fucking go see it on a big screen. It deserves to be on a big screen.
Or at least go to a movie theater and pay your money to them and then walk home.
They fucking earned it, man.
Yeah.
They earned it on this one. This movie is a cinema. This is why movies exist.
Yep.
This movie is why people go to the movies. So yeah, man. Well, glad we got to talk to you tonight.
Yep.
So sorry for all the curse words and the background noise.
And we will be back with a more normal schedule again.
Someday, somehow. Gonna make it all right. But not right now. Yeah, I said Nickelback.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
There goes all 4 listeners.
Nice knowing you folks. Have a good night.
Thanks.